Hey, welcome back to the Survive channel. So today we'll be looking at Nitecore's EDC35. So this is the last in the trio of the EDC series. So we looked at the EDC27, the EDC33. Now we'll look at the EDC35. So aesthetically, this is almost identical to the EDC33. You can see it's just slightly larger. One of the major differences that I did see is that the ring here in the front is a bit more aggressive. Otherwise, the only difference is going to be in performance. This has 5,000 lumens. Whereas this had 4,000 lumens, the EDC27 had 3,000 lumens. This also has a 6,000 milliamp hour built-in battery compared to the 5,000 milliamp hour built-in battery on the EDC33. I did speak to Nitecore about that built-in battery. They said it's not for waterproofing. It's actually supposed to make it more compact, the flashlight altogether. The built-in batteries reduce the battery contact resistance. It also supposed to increase the effective voltage of the driving circuit, and the battery becomes an integrated unit, meaning that there's no weak spots like in between like typical removable batteries. You'll see you typically have either a spring, or in this case, it's just a little pin that's kind of bouncy. And so that contact between that pin or the spring and the battery can end up becoming a weak spot. For me personally, I still prefer the removable batteries. I just think it gives you more, more options. You can remove it, you can have some spares and so on. But this is the way they've decided to go with the EDC series. All these have built-in batteries, and it's supposed to just improve the overall performance, I guess, of the battery, of the flashlight. All right, so jumping onto the design of the flashlight, like I said, it's going to be practically identical to the EDC33. You have the tactical button here in the back, which means that you're supposed to hold the flashlight like this, like a fist, and you turn that way. Whereas some flashlights you hold in your hand and you point it in front of you, but of course, as you can see, there's no button here. So this is considered a tactical button here in the back. So the button works. If you press it all the way, it turns the flashlight on. You have 4 different brightness levels. We'll get to that here in a bit. But also if you press it down halfway and hold it down, you get the searchlight. Press down the full way, you get the lumen shield, which is once again, both on the EDC33 and the EDC35. It's something that they're really pushing. The lumen shield is supposed to replace like a strobe to where it's like super bright. And I did test that on the EDC33, where I blinded my buddy. Of course, he didn't really appreciate that. So what that means is right here in the front, they have this 9-core, it's their UHI 40 Max. And so you can see right there what it has, if you can see in there. You have 9 individual LEDs that have been attached together. And so this is their new method for getting the super brightness that they're getting out of it. All right, also if you notice along the side, you see a little black dot. That is the proximity sensor. And so what it does is if you have the flashlight on a bright setting, then what it does when you close something, it simply just takes the brightness down a bit. All right, so I think that's pretty self-explanatory. All right, as far as for charging, this takes a Type-C charger. And so up top here, you have this ring, you twist and it reveals the Type-C port. You twist that back to basically cover it again. All right, so again, exactly like on the EDC33. So you have the lockout feature, which is a little switch right here, which has got to be one of the simplest ways to do a lockout. Instead of doing like double clicks, triple clicks, and so on. This is really simple. You flip it up, you see the lock sign, that means it's locked out. There's a half lockout. We won't get into that right now. It's fairly simple to do as well. All right, so you have a battery charging indicator right here. So when you plug it in, it'll show you these little lights light up and let you know basically the status of the battery, and also it'll show you that it's charging or that it's fully charged. The pocket clip is removable. Basically gives a good tug right here, just like that. So you can take that off if you don't like pocket clips, but you do need to be aware that the lanyard loop is right here on the pocket clip. So if you don't like pocket clips, you prefer lanyard loops, you have to keep the pocket clip attached. And on that note, we'll mention the holster that this comes with. So it's a hard holster, which I prefer these holsters over the really soft, flat nylon ones. One thing I did notice was when I first put the flashlight in here, I push it in like that, and it goes in so deep that I can barely, you gotta literally pinch it to get it back out, which seemed like it was possibly a mistake. But then I realized what you're supposed to do is you keep the pocket clip on the outside of the holster. It still fits in there. Great. And you see this intentional cutout here on the top, fits right in there on top of the flashlight. And that way it makes it super easy to access the flashlight once you need to pull it out. You don't have to worry about trying to pinch it between 2 fingers. All right, if I made that up, I made that up. That's just something I found for a convenient way to carry this. All right, so that's basically it for the design of the flashlight. Once again, it is very identical to the EDC33 as far as for aesthetics and just the overall design of the flashlight. Which I guess is okay because I didn't find anything wrong with the 33. And so this is basically just an upgraded version, upsized to get you a bit more performance out of it. All right, so it also does have an IP68 waterproof rating, dustproof rating. Again, that's the 2-meter rating for like an hour and a half or so. This also has the impact resistance also up to 2 meters. So basically, if you drop it, it should be fine. Of course, you're going to scratch up the flashlight itself. This is going to scratch for sure, but it should still perform just fine without any issues. All right, and so what we'll do next, we'll go ahead and we'll take this outside and we'll do a bit of a performance here with the light so you can see the brightness of it. All right, so here's the ultra low, the low, the medium, and the high. And then you turn on the spotlight, you can see you get the extra range. You go into lumen shield, and you have the good floodlight all around it as well. All right, so definitely let me know what you think about the EDC35, about the upgrade over the EDC33. If you like having the extra 1,000 lumens, extra 1,000 milliamp hour battery. Let me know what you think about that built-in battery. If Nitecore's explanation was good for you, or if you still don't prefer the built-in battery. Also, let me know what you think about the overall brightness of this. If you think that lumen shield is a good enough, I don't know, like deterrence or defense option to replace the strobe. But definitely let me know what you think about that in the comments. So this flashlight costs $90, which is $20 more than the EDC33. So this is right around like $70. This is $90. And the EDC27 is also $90. So these two are the exact same price. This is 5,000 lumens, this is 3,000 lumens. But this, of course, has this LED display right here, which gives you some extra information whenever you need it. All right, so again, let me know what you think. I'll have links to this. Actually, I'll have links to all 3 of these down in the description of the video. So be sure to check that out. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.